So next is joint in structure members, that is of expansion joint, that is joint in structural members. How many are there? Expansion joint design is where, so maximum we will be where you will use this expansion joint is the basic thing we need to know. When expansion joint is required, so prior to writing for the design considerations, simply when a designer is going structural system, a layout, a performance of expansion joint is required based on the supporting structures. Standards reliable for the expansion is being considered for the supporting structures members involved for the execution of the structure, and then the direction, magnitude, thermal movements, selection of location of the expansion joint is very important. Conventional rubber expansion joint is also considered. Expansion joints are designed to provide stress relief in piping systems that are loaded by thermal movements and mechanical vibration. So to deal with the various forces in the joint, they require reinforced fiber which grants both flexibility and strength. Conventional expansion joints are reinforced using prefabricated fiber piles. The use of these fabric piles makes it impossible to control the orientation of the fibers on complex shapes such as below expansion joints of when you are going for the fibers or when you are going for the other maybe natural or artificial fibers. What you are going now, mostly will be using the artificial fibers only. So how, in what way? So steel fibers also will be used. So then comes to high material cost. More fibers need than necessary, more rubber needed than necessary. Additional also what happens means low maintenance, also high rubber ball thickness, undesirable. So before when you are going for purchase of the materials, when you are going for starting of the project, first you will gather the materials. At that time only wholesale will get this much of a quantity we have to take. Likewise will be purchasing, and that will be most will be using, mostly will buy in such a manner, but that much is not required. That is also a disadvantage. Okay, so next what the stages involved in placing are that the structure is involved in number of units. So unit wise will go wall 1, wall 2, panel 1, panel 2, likewise roof 1, roof 2, and these all will be unit wise only as assembling of products, assembling of the compound, sorry. So the different units of are precast in permanent plants. So temporary are there, precast in permanent are there. So transported, hoisted, this is our final conclusion. So what may be necessity, how many it may be, the factors may be so many. Is the necessity means what? Saves time, okay, easy in construction, and availability of standard materials which gives good strength, so it is easy. So types of fabrications. So permanent plants and temporary sheds are there. Work can be throughout the year. Weather conditions should be favorable for temporary sheds. So this is permanent plant what we are taking, what we are undergoing for the construction. This is temporary. Then high degree of mechanization, it is not possible. So high degree not possible. The products will be cheap and of a better quality. Transportation cost is almost nil by temporary sheds. Transportation cost will be there, and the elements can be have at any site. Restriction on the site of column elements are there. Yes, definitely restriction will be there. This will be considered mostly on the standardization elements only. Advantages of prefabrication over the monolithic methods of construction: partial or total saving of materials used for scaffolds, multiple use of structuring, possibility of far more accurate and better work transits, cross sections will be more advantageous than for the new point of stream, working time can be shortened, fewer expansion joints are required, interruptions in concreting can be omitted. The work can be carried out with a high degree of mechanization. So transporting, considering, placing, shifting, everything. So requirements in manpower will be decreased. So obviously manpower is decreased. So that is what we are going for, these all things. So we are just trusting the equipment and then machine. This is also machine learning only. In third course we will be doing this all. So machine only we will be doing everything. Load application as of in petrol bunker, how much money, how much, what is the we will enter, only money will enter, how many liters will get, that will be displayed. So that's the same like thing. What is the quantity, for what is the size of the dimension we want there, how much material has to be filled, that is the use. And next comes to Single set of molds can be used from 10 times of in case of the members. Only board members will take. RC members only will be considered. Permissible limiting considerations will be taken into consideration, and then the application of cross section of these members will be used, and the gutters will be used. Monolithic, it is monolithic structure considerations only. In the monolithic construction, the separate build spaces can be performed. Only subsequent, namely the foundation, there the concrete reinforcements will be taken into consideration. Constructional process, what are there? The beginning of the foundation, from the beginning of the foundation, the estimation is about 80% of the required for the prefabrication and 20% to the construction site. And next comes to greater part of shrinkage of precast concrete members occurs before their placings because of numerous joints. The effect of temperature changes, means based on the temperature changes, this will be acting as a considered element. And then comes to the selected places, a matter is not usually been seen. Whatever happens according to plans, whether the engineer is taking into consideration of these parameters or not. So whether this is used for industrial purpose, this is used for commercial purpose. For industrial purpose, what makes us easy? For industrial purpose, when undergoes, whether you are planning for permanent plant or not, or just a temporary one you are going, temporary site per you are going, no, you are going for permanent plant. Then what are the conditions you have to take? So windows, walls, panels, everything for the modular member, for a whole element, this has to be in equal dimension. So whether considered with the monolithic structure or not, yes, highly considered with monolithic structure. If it is not possible in case of prefabrication, highly impossible with monolithic structures, means what is the certain parameters you have to mention there. So thank you. Next session we will be dealing about the other components.